Hi guys, how you doing? Guillaume here at Thomann for TGU19, and I'm here with Steve, Mr. Samurai Guitarist.
Samuraiguitarist. Ich spreche nur Deutsch für dieses Video.
Okay, let's do that. German country music.
German country music.
Is that a thing?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I have no idea. I'm sure it is. Country music's big everywhere.
Yeah, definitely. It's not really a part of my book though, and I want to take that opportunity to grab as much from you as I can.
Well,
country music.
You know, I got some news for you. I'm faking it a little bit. It's not the thing that I do best, I would say, but I do like it, and I've learned a couple things, so hopefully I can show you some stuff.
Love to.
I'll show you how I fake it. How's that?
Yeah.
Faking it, making country.
We're going to put that in the title somewhere.
Faking it, making country.
All right.
Should we play a little bit, or what? Should I just start?
Yeah. All right.
Okay, well, how about this? I'll tell you a couple little tips, and maybe you can listen for them. So one of the first things about country music is it's very simple. Just 3 chords, usually the truth. 3 chords and the truth. But so because it's so simple, and you're only playing 3 chords, they're also usually open chords. You want to make sure when you're soloing over top of it, you're really trying to highlight those chords.
Okay.
So for example, if someone's playing a G, make sure you're highlighting those G notes. Versus just kind of putting a blanket scale over top. Open strings, that's another one. Use pluck things to get a little bitey sound. Using your pick right by the saddle there to get this kind of sound. It's very, very much in the country book. Also, string bends, so you get kind of a pedal steel type thing going. It's very much in there too.
I'm not American, but I feel American now.
I'm not either. I'm from Canada.
True.
Or here, check this one out. So now you're totally, because a pedal steel has a volume pedal, so you can do this. That's totally country.
Nice.
Twanging away.
All right, I'll give you like something bluesy that you can do country on, because that's all I can do.
My best.
And show off.
Okay.
Time to shine.
Time to shine. Pressure's on. Here we go, Steve.
Okay.
So that's a little bit of country-esque stuff. Okay, so I'll show you a couple things, a couple tips for faking it in country.
Okay. Do I need to do them afterwards?
Yeah, if you'd like to.
All right. We'll see on the spot.
We'll try it. So one of the things that I try to think about is using as many open strings as possible. Okay. It just kind of is in that type of sound. So if I'm playing like a thing in G, for example, if using a G pentaton, I might try to go. I might go. So what I'm doing there is I'm just kind of pulling off and using those open strings.
Yeah.
A lot of that kind of stuff. It also makes it like, I'm not a very technical player, but it makes it sound like I'm playing faster than I am, like doing like that kind of thing. Cool. It sounds hard, but it's really not that hard, because all I'm doing is I'm just hammering on. Pull off there, and that's my pattern. and still trying to highlight that G-type sound that whole way through.
And you're doing like...
Okay, yeah, so that's another thing, is you're using these fingers as well.
Yeah.
So I'm just hammering on, and then with this finger, I'm pulling off. So what I'm doing there is I'm hitting the same note twice. And then like I'm hitting that open D and then playing. I'll do that exact same pattern up a string. Harder than it is.
It's really cool though. By the way, we're all in standard tuning.
Yep. Here's another cool thing.
All right.
This is, and I'm still, again, just trying to think about highlighting the chord, because these chords aren't complex. There's not a lot of chords, so you got to really make sure you're doing your best to make it aware that you're playing these chords.
Yeah.
So for example, still in G. I think about is this little pattern here. It's a sixth, I believe. And so I'm just highlighting those the top note of G, and then the third down here. Yep. And so if I were to play that same interval that I'm using, and then up 2 frets, and so that really nicely highlights G.
Okay.
So I could highlight G using those, but I could also start using those open strings. Isn't that nice?
That's cool.
Yeah, you got it. Now here we could even take it one step further. So, this in G, we can use that shape.
Yeah.
What about putting a little passing tone in there? So I'm just following a shape. Totally, you got it. And so then if the chords then go to C, I would do that same shape and C.
Cool.
Yeah,
no, I'm not
cool?
going to do it. I get the gist of what you're saying. It's just I probably won't be able to do that first because my chicken picking is terrible.
Yeah. You got to have that chicken picking.
I need to get in there. Okay.
Want to do another one?
Yes, please.
Okay. So here's another thing. We're going to still keep trying to highlight.
Can I say teach me sensei without it being weird?
Yeah.
Teach me sensei.
This is good. Here's another thing. I love this one. This is, who did I learn this from? This is like old school country stuff. This is like off like Buck Owens records. So,
okay.
Again, we're staying in G. So I have my G, I have my B here, which is and the third. And so what I'm going to do with my pinky is I'm going to play the 7th of that chord, the flat 7. Yeah, so this shape right here is going to play that one more time. Really nicely over top of a G.
Yeah.
Another thing about country is the flat 7 is a great note to go to. I got a G here. The F, it's a nice sounding note. Okay, so this chord here, what I can do with that, I pick to pluck the note of it, and then I use my other 2 fingers to pluck the top up there. Yeah. Kind of alternate between them and come up with little phrases. And if you want to add a little bit more flavor into it, when you're making country music, think about all the flavors you're putting in there. Maybe you want to put a little bit of salt in there. Maybe you want to spice it up and put something crazier in there.
I'm all about.
So I'm going to add some spice here. I can pull off with these 2 fingers, just pull off to my open strings. Look at that, back to the open strings. Open strings are important. And so you can move around that shape accordingly. So if I'm staying in G, in the bottom, those 2 off. And you can kind of make different rhythms with that. So if I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4. Goes up to the C. You move this shape around so that this finger is on a C.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, that's a D. Here is
Okay.
You can highlight a chord very easily.
Yeah.
Listen to how this sounds. You know, why don't you play that first little bit of the blues for me, and I'll play it through this one lick.
Yeah, sure.
And just try to highlight those chords. Like that. So it's like I'm just taking one shape there, moving it around the whole place, and it just like it highlights that stuff really nicely.
Nice.
Country's all about just taking those things and just moving them around and getting as much out of them as you can.
I think I was kind of afraid of country because it sounds super fast. Like when you hear a banjo and it barely washes.
Yeah.
It barely moves his right hand playing it, but it's all there, and the sound of it is just insane. It goes super fast.
I think you use a lot of hammer-ons and pulse, which makes it sound harder than it is. And using those open strings, again, makes it easy. Like, that sounds hard. And I'm just I'm not working very hard because I'm just pulling off my finger. Just a lot of hammer-ons, a lot of pull-off. I'm just playing G chords, but this hand's doing all the work, fucking around, doing crazy stuff. Yeah.
All right, so I'd like to know that. Can you show me what you're doing with your right hand on this?
Good question. So, another aspect of country, try to play like Chet Atkins. So what Chet Atkins did is, I'm trying to remember the history of this. Can't remember why he did it. There's a cool story about why he came up with this technique. But basically, what you're trying to do is fulfill the role of multiple instruments with one hand.
Okay.
Because who wants to pay for 3 band members when you can just pay yourself and take all the money? I know I want to do that. So what you're doing here is you're taking the role of the bass player. So we're going to take a G7 shape. And so what you're doing with your right hand is you're picking. Think about what I'm doing. So picking a little bit of the chord on the second beat there.
Okay.
So what you're doing now is you're adding a chord to the to your bass part. Start picking around that chord instead of just hitting it once. And so basically what you're doing is you're just filling the role of multiple instruments with the same thing. Honestly, the best way to learn that, and the way that I learned it is, and I don't recommend this for a lot of stuff, is write it out in tablature and do it really slow, one thing at a time. So if I'm trying to learn that progression. What I would do is I would just look at it one thing at a time. That's the first thing I do. I just hit my low G. And then I can see this on tabs. It's really easy to see. And then I would look, okay, my next move is I plug the open D string, the T. I can see that nice and with tabs, which makes it a lot easier to do that. And then just do 1 or 2 beats at a time and just repeat over and over again. You're going to make it a little bit more complicated. I'm catching my string on the offbeat. And when you're feeling about that, you catch another string on another offbeat. that you would conceptualize that is 1. Slow it way, way down, it's much easier.
Yeah.
And then after you're feeling good about that, then you start speeding it up. And then you do that same thing, and then maybe you do the same thing on the C. End it, you just go like this.
Oh, mate.
Bends too. Lots of bends in country music.
Okay, this is so cool, man. Does it get any better?
Does it get any better?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I could play a lot better. If I slept for a little longer last night, I could probably play better.
Yeah, true. That was a short night.
I like playing this stuff a lot, though, because it's like, it's a simple concept, but it's really hard to execute. So do you want to play the blues for me again, like fairly slow?
Okay.
And I'll try to walk through my thought process when I'm playing this.
All right, cool.
So yeah, rock it for me whenever you're ready.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, okay, there's a G here. That's a B. That fits really nicely over top of the G. Okay, now we're up to the C. I don't want to play anymore. I'm going to play the C here.
Do you want me to start again, but stay 4 bars on each?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Sorry.
So I guess the point I'm trying to make is what I'm really trying to do is make sure that my make a lot of sense with the underlying chord.
Okay.
Whereas a lot of the time when I'm playing rock, I'm just going to solo over top of that with a G pentatonic, which works fine. But when you're playing country, you want to think a little bit more in depth about this.
Okay, so I'll start again.
Sure.
Sorry.
And I'm going to try to really make an emphasis of highlighting the chord changes whenever you're ready. So. Is in the key of, or it fits really nicely over top of the C chord. It doesn't work as well over the G chord, so I'm probably not going to play this much. Sounds great over the D. So I might play now when the D comes along to emphasize that. Music 101.
That was awesome, man. Thank you so much.
You're very, very, very welcome.
If you guys don't know who Steve, Samurai Guitarist here, please go check out his channel. Thank you so much for taking the time and teaching me some country music.
Happy twanging.
Happy twanging.
Happy
thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, see you very soon.
Tschüss.
Ade.